It's going to be a comfortable drive back.
What you know about retro ghetto, collecting and playing retro. Lock into the retro ghetto.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Retro Ghetto. It's that time again for another pickups video. My room is full, I need to get this stuff put away, so we're going to get this filmed. As always, I've got loads of stuff to get through. Toys, games, videos, films, collector's editions, standees, everything in between. Can't wait to show you some of this stuff. What I will say straight off the bat to get a bit of admin work out of the way. On my last pickups video I said that I'm going to try and give something away every pickups video, and that's going to continue. But also I've got to do the draw for the two prizes that I gave away on the last video, which was the Retro Ghetto Hip Hop t-shirt and also the book that I gave away on the PC Engine. I'm going to actually do that on my Instagram. I'm going to go live tomorrow on my Instagram. So the day you're watching this, Wednesday, this will go live on Thursday on my Instagram. It'll be probably about 6 PM. But I will put out some announcements on various different social media, so you can keep in touch with when I'll be doing it. I'll be doing the draw live, so good luck to everybody that entered into that. The giveaway that I've got this week, which I'll be doing at the end of the video, is an amazing one. It's roughly about £200 RRP to get this delivered, so rest assured it's a really nice piece to give away, and I was very, very tempted to keep it to myself, but I wanted to give something back to you good people for watching and supporting the channel, so thank you very much, and we'll get to that at the end.
Retro ghetto.
Right, so let's get into it. There is going to be a few things here that you will have seen on various videos. I've been lucky enough to go to toy fairs and game fairs and all sorts, to my CEX hunt last week. So there will be a few things in here that amalgamated in that you've already seen, but the vast majority of this stuff will be new that you haven't seen yet on the channel. I always like to start with the bits and the bobs, the weird and the wonderful. So I'm probably going to kick this off with toys, and I want to show you guys this guy. As you probably know if you've been watching the channel, I'm a huge Disney's Hercules fan, and I'm going after the Mattel line. It was always known to me as the River Guardian. I think his name's Nessus. If not, I'll let you know on the screen now. Love this figure. It's got like a little action with it as well. You'll be seeing the V-roll of it now. Very, very happy to add this one. It's the only time I've ever seen one on eBay. I was the only bidder. Again, these are somewhat uncommon, but not necessarily sought after, so the prices aren't expensive. So yeah, hopefully I can get this full Mattel Hercules set before that changes. But yeah, very happy to have added this one to my collection. Moving on to my Jack the Ripper figure that I did show off following my trip to the NEC Toy Fair, which was an amazing day out. I picked up this Mezco Jack the Ripper with all these accessories. Again, I'll be doing it more justice by putting V-roll on the screen. But yeah, I love my Mezco figures and happy to add this very macabre, very disturbing figure to the shelves. And just yesterday I found this guy in a charity shop, R2-D2. I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy out there, but when I saw this for £1.95, I tried it in the shop, it works. As you've just seen on the footage, this thing does all sorts. I think it's voice activated, it talks, it moves and everything else. So yeah, for £1.95, looking at sold listings, this is like a £35, £40 toy. So yeah, good find this. And unless Retro Ghetto Junior wants it, I'll probably be selling this to somebody that will appreciate it more than I will. Okay, so I've really stepped up my hip-hop action figure collecting as of late. Love hip-hop, love toys, put the two together, it just seems destined, right? You guys will have seen this. I picked this up from the Stafford Toy Fair recently. This is Big Boy from Outkast. Really like the stylized nature of this one. There is actually an Andre 3000 figure as well, but it's very hard to get hold of. Plus, it's just him in his pants, so I'm not sure I need that in my life, to be honest. But yeah, really happy to have added Big Boy. Continuing with the hip-hop figure theme, I also picked up this Notorious B.I.G. figure, which is one of the reaction figures from Super 7. To be honest, it was a little bit smaller than I thought when I ordered it, but it was only £15 posted from Comics and Cocktails, so if you are interested in this, they might still have them in stock. I don't tend to keep my toys on card, I like to let them breathe and display them, but with a figure like this, I think it is more about the card than it is about the toy. So let me know in the comments whether you would bust this one open or leave it on card. And then we move on to what has to be a couple of my favourite purchases of the last month or so. I did spend on these to get these, but I'm very, very happy with my decision to do so. And that is the Mezco Public Enemy figures. These do not come up very often. If I can turn them around, I'll show you. So we've got Flavor Flav, and Chuck D. I haven't unboxed these yet, so obviously I'm sure there's a lot of glare on camera now, so I'm going to be doing my best to show you the footage. Maybe I will have even opened them by the time you see this, but because I don't have the room to display my figures right now until we get the Retro Ghetto 3.0 built, I'm not in a rush to unbox things at the moment because obviously they're store better in their initial packaging. But yeah, amazing figures as you've seen on screen now. Great detail. Very happy to add these to my ever-growing hip-hop set. I've got most the Mezco hip-hop toys now that I want, so yeah, very, very happy to have added these to my set. Okay, so before we get into the video games, I just want to take a look at music and video. So the first thing I want to show is a couple of vinyl that I managed to find. We've got Fleetwood Mac Greatest Hits. And the only charity shop vinyl that I managed to pick up over the last few weeks is Sade. This is Diamond Life. Some great tunes on here. Big Sade fan. Just quintessential 90s for me. Okay, so I've been fortunate enough to have some amazing DVD and film finds recently, including what is a very, very special charity shop find. Probably one of the best charity shop finds I've had in a long time. Before we get into that, I do want to highlight this Blockbuster movie case that was sent by a viewer of the channel. Massive shout out to you, sir. I'm going to post a link to his Instagram page in the page below, in the information below. As I say, he's done this in style of the Retro Ghetto. You'll be seeing the V-roll now, all my information, the lyrics to the song and everything's on here. So when people send something personalised like this, clearly take the time to watch the channel and then take time to make something so awesome and send it to me. It means the world, it really does, so thank you very much. Another viewer of the channel was kind enough to send me something for Retro Ghetto Jr, and that is the Batman animated series. We haven't got around to watching this yet, but I know you'll love it. And again, thank you very much. Right, so even though I keep saying I'm not collecting VHS, I keep buying VHS. I think I've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole. I'm collecting like a niche to limit my buying of VHS. Like I'm just buying certain genres, right? But I picked up two classics, two movies that I grew up watching, and that is Menace to Society and Above the Rim. Very happy to have got my hands on these, and as I say, I spent many a day doing nothing productive but watching movies just like this. I also managed to find Carl Pilkington, The Idiot Abroad, the complete series 1 and 2. Something you might not know about me, guys, I am a huge Carl Pilkington fan. You know, people talk about if they could invite 5 people that are alive to a dinner party, Carl Pilkington would probably be first on my list. Right back from when they did the Ricky Gervais podcast, which then later became an animated series. I absolutely love Carl Pilkington, so yeah, I enjoy watching these on repeat. Okay, so as I said, I found one of my best charity shop finds in a long time. I was in the back room looking through DVDs and I found something which initially I just thought, yeah, I'll pick that up, I'll give it a watch. And then when I looked into it, there's some actual real value here. And that is this Dragon Ball Z. This is episodes 1 to 53. Again, I'll do it more justice by putting the V-roll on screen now and letting you guys see it. When I looked at the sold listings for this, it's very, very high. And I think that's because this wasn't necessarily a UK release. This is like a Japanese dub edition, and I'm guessing that people prefer to watch it with the Japanese voiceover, with the English subtitles, and there's various different options on here for that. So I think that's probably held, I think that's probably why it's held such a high value, certainly on eBay. I'm not planning to sell this anytime soon because I want to actually watch through this, and me and Retro Ghetto Jr are really enjoying it. We're about 10 episodes in, and yeah, I'm really getting into Dragon Ball Z and I'm starting to see why people love it. So yeah, very, very happy to have found this. One of my best finds for a long time. Right then, who wants to look at some video games? Where shall we start? I think I'll probably start with this small PlayStation 2 bundle that I've got in front of me. SSX 3, which I picked up on my CEX challenge recently. I think it's the last one I needed for my PlayStation 2 set. Also Reservoir Dogs. Love Quentin Tarantino. Why not? And then another charity shop find. As a Gooner, could not leave this behind. There's quite a few of these different club football ones available, but Arsenal isn't one you see very often. I did make a joke in the first one about Man United being the one that's often discarded, of course, and that being in charity shops, but I'm not going to make that joke again. And whilst we're on PlayStation, one solitary PlayStation 4 game, I bought Killzone Shadow 4. This was in CEX. You know me, guys, I'm like a magpie with shiny stuff, steelbooks. This is a really cheap game. This was like a couple of quid, so when you see a steelbook that you don't own for that price, just pick it up. Okay, so I picked up a couple of DS games. As you would have seen, I picked this one up from the NEC Toy Fair. That is Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. A Link to the Past is my favourite game of all time. I think this started life off as a bit of a reimagining of that. So it's very similar in style of gameplay, so I can't wait to play this one. If it's anything like A Link to the Past, I'm sure I'll fall in love with it. Can't wait to play A Link Between Worlds. And then a charity shop find, I picked up Mario Kart 7. This was a proper price in a charity shop. This wasn't one of them £1.95 ones, right? This cost me $7.99, so again, I did have to pay for this one. But it's still quite considerably cheaper than what CEX charge. So yeah, picked up both these 3DS games recently and very happy to have done so. Bro, do you even own a DS? Next question. Right, so I keep saying how I'm on a bit of a Nintendo Wii kick lately. I'm really loving getting to know the Wii library a bit better and really enjoying collecting for the system. First thing that I picked up is this Wii Pro controller. You need this if you're going to play some of these games. You can't play all these Wii games with a nunchuck and the Wii remote. It just don't work. So yeah, very happy to have found a nice clean one of these at CEX. Mario Strikers Charge Football, which is getting a new release on the Nintendo Switch. So I thought I'd see what the series is all about with this one. A game that I recently picked up is Far Cry Vengeance. I'm on a real Far Cry kick at the moment. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But yeah, I looked at some reviews of this and apparently it's dreadful. But I got this for like next to nothing and I thought it'd be worth putting in the collection. And then the game which probably inspired me buying that Wii Pro controller, which is Donkey Kong Country Returns. Once I've completed through the game I'm currently playing, this is going to be next on my list. I love the Donkey Kong Country series. This is the only one that I haven't played in the series. So yeah, very much so looking forward to playing through this one. And then guys, I think I got a great deal with this. This is my last Nintendo Wii pickup and I always enjoyed Red Steel. The reason being is when I was younger I had a Wii. Everybody had a Wii, right? But we just used to sort of play Wii Sports and that was enough to keep me entertained for years if I'm being honest. However, I did then come across Red Steel. At that time I sort of wanted a more adult game for the console. So Red Steel sort of really filled that gap for me. I really enjoyed slicing, dicing, shooting and all the rest of it with the Wiimote. That's exactly what I wanted after coming from the sort of nicey games of Wii Sports and Mario Galaxy. I'd never played Red Steel 2, so it was always one of them games that I thought I need to pick that up when I see it for a decent price. I was looking on eBay one day and I got this big box version. You don't see this big box version very often at all. There's none others listed on eBay at the time of me purchasing this. This did not come with the Wii Remote Plus that it was supposed to come with, which is no big deal. You can add that to it. And it is a bit dinged up. You know, it does need a bit of work, but I think it's definitely repairable. Guys, this cost me something like £3 posted. I think it was about £3.50-ish posted. I mean, that's a steal, right? A Red Steel. I didn't even plan that. That's going to get edited out. Dreamcast, I keep saying I'm going to try and bulk up my very small Dreamcast collection. I picked up WWF Attitude. Just last night I watched WrestleMania because of Stone Cold's return. It was like being 13 all over again. There he is on the cover, the man himself. So yeah, I picked up WWF Attitude and Fighting Force 2. Just a couple of cheap games. I don't know if they're any good. Let me know in the comments if you've played them. Right, we've got some Mega Drive and Super Nintendo down there, but before we get to that, I'm going to go through Xbox. Guys, I'm loving Xbox right now. Xbox and Xbox 360 is where my heart is. That's where I've been putting most of my time lately. Especially taking advantage of the backwards compatibility. I've really enjoyed playing that console, and that will reflect on my next upcoming games completed video, of which there is one coming very soon. But I've got one solitary Xbox One game, Far Cry Primal. I've already spoke about Far Cry so far. I played Far Cry 5 last year and that was my first entry into the series. Loved it, fell in love with it, thought it was great. Then I played Far Cry 3, wow, even better, blew my mind. I'm going to talk about that on my next video, or the video down the line. But I had to get Far Cry Primal. Just looks like a different spin on the series. So yeah, maybe a breath of fresh air after playing through Far Cry 5 and Far Cry 3. Really excited to play this. Probably the most excited I've been about playing a modern game in quite some time actually. So yeah, this will be getting played very soon and I'll be letting you guys know my thoughts on Far Cry Primal. Okay, so we're moving on to quite a big stack of Xbox 360. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about all these, we're going to fly through them. Dante's Inferno, I'm currently playing it, I'm loving it, it's very similar to God of War 3. This will be on my games completed video, so I'm going to talk about it in more depth there. Nier, which is one that I picked up very recently on my CEX hunt as well. This has come way down in price. I got this for like £15. At one point I'm sure this was like 40. I heard very good things about this. It's one of them games that I think you either love it or hate it. I don't know if it's going to be for me, so it's going to be very interesting to find out. But you know, it's got the backwards compatibility. I'll play it. It's easy for some to say. It's got the backwards compatibility. I'll play it on the Xbox One. Yeah, looking forward to it. Let me know again in the comments if you played Nier and what you think about it. Crackdown 2, Dead Rising off the record. This nice sealed copy of NBA Jam that I picked up for like £3 I think at the Doncaster Toy Fair. Bayonetta, Godfather 2, another one I've never played. Tenkuzi, which is a good game, but by all accounts very difficult. Command and Conquer Kane's Wrath. Army of Two Devils Cartel. This is one of them games I've never played the franchise. The artwork always pulls me in. It looks just like something I would enjoy. I always think the covers look amazing, but then I never really hear anyone talking about them. So again, do me a favour, let me know what Army of Two is about, and whether I should be playing this one anytime soon. And this one was me being a dumbass, to be honest. I actually even put out like a short. It was only live for about 40 minutes, so not many people saw it, because I soon realised I'd made a mistake. I saw an announcement basically about Xbox and games being backwards compatible and that kind of thing, and I thought, oh, this is one that they announced, Fallen Angel, Sacred 2. I went straight on CX, I thought I'll buy that before the price goes up. But it wasn't even letting us know that it had just become backwards compatible. I think it was more, the announcement was that it was on Game Pass now or something like that, so the value hasn't gone up. It was a waste of time. I deleted the short. But yeah, Fallen Angel, Sacred 2 is in my collection because I was an idiot. I can't believe I almost forgot to show you guys this, as it's one of the favourite things I've picked up over the last few weeks. As I said, I've been on a big Xbox 360 kick. And one of the games that I've played through, which I will be discussing at a later point of course, is Darksiders 2. Absolutely loved it. So, when I found that this is what the collector's edition looked like, with that cool death mask, I knew I had to have it. And I found this for such a great price. This was like £25. All of the listings are like quite high. You're looking at not much change from £100, especially on the PlayStation 3. But I played through this on the Xbox One, so I was happy to pick up the Xbox version. And yeah, just an amazing collector's edition. Because collector's editions and big box stuff take up so much room, I do have to be very selective with the ones that I buy. But this, I didn't think twice about. Amazing collector's piece. And yeah, very, very happy to have not only got into the Darksiders franchise, because I enjoyed it so much, but also to have this in my collection. Okay, so we're going to finish up games looking at the 16-bit generation, of course. I picked up a couple of nice games on the Super Nintendo. These were both purchased at the Doncaster Games Fair. Smash Tennis, I spoke about it at the time, how much I always grew up playing Super Tennis. But I watched a video by the wizard himself, Ben, over at One Credit Classics, and that convinced me to pick up Smash Tennis, so nice clean copy of that. And World Cup USA 94, where all my football memories begin. I have very, very vivid memories of World Cup 94, watching Baggio Sky's penalty in the final. So many other great memories, Maradona celebration and everything in between. Of course, sadly, it was a World Cup that England didn't make it to. But yeah, World Cup USA 94 added to the collection. Okay, so from Super Nintendo, we're moving on to Mega Drive. Now, I picked up a couple of probably shelf fillers at the Stafford Toy Fair. First one is Psycho Pinball. And then I picked up Global Gladiators. I owned this as a kid. I can't wait to get this back in the system and play it again. Because as I said, this is just nostalgia overload for me. And then I got wind that my favourite CEX, the Burton-on-Trent store, shout out to the manager extraordinaire Minesh, that they'd had an amazing collection of Mega Drive games brought in. They always keep a nice retro stock there, which is why I love the store so much. So yeah, I saw that they had some amazing retro. And this is a game I've been wanting to pick up for some time, and that is Asterix. Again, it's just nostalgia. This is one of the last few games that I can remember right now. Playing as a kid that I didn't currently own. I think I rented this from Blockbuster back in the day. £15, it's complete, it's all there. Very happy to have added this to the set. And yeah, I'm getting to that point where there's not too many games now that I remember from childhood that I don't currently own. But such is the beauty of collecting and the beauty of nostalgia that it just takes one little vivid memory to just pop out of nowhere and you're like, oh yeah, that one as well. But yeah, for now, this is one of the last games added to my set that I remember playing as a child, Asterix. Right, okay, so the next thing I want to show you, you've probably seen it on the thumbnail. I was lucky enough to win a competition from the from the great people over at Kirkby Sales and Exchange. Shout out to you, Nina. I won a competition to win this Standee. This was a Standee I've been after ever since the release of Resident Evil Village. And here she is in all her glory. Of course I'm going to put in some footage because it's almost impossible to show you this in this small room without breaking half of my collection doing so. But yeah, just an amazing piece of artwork. I think she's become very iconic, so great Standee to have. Hopefully I'll be able to make room for her when the Retro Ghetto 3 is built, and hopefully, fingers crossed, there's going to be an announcement about that real soon, guys. I never want to tempt fate. I never want to like give you guys the positive news whenever I have a good meeting with a builder, but fingers crossed we're going to be doing something real soon.
Retro ghetto.
It's going to be a comfortable drive back. So, I filmed my pickups video yesterday, but I've just picked up this huge thing that you see crushing my head. And I thought I can't have this in my room for another month waiting for the next pickups video. So, when I get home, I'm going to show you guys this so we can put it all in one pickups video. But, man, I wish I had someone who could have filmed me carrying this through a city centre. It's a lot harder work than you think. I've got a sweat on. I had someone offer it to buy it off me. I had a kind man help me get it in the car, and then he said to me, listen to this, the things we do for kids, eh, mate? I just went, yeah. I didn't have the heart to tell him I was the kid. But yeah, honestly, I must have badgered Game. No lie, not exaggerating, minimum 20 times I've been in store. Probably more. That's probably doing it a disservice. Probably closer to 30 since this Standee's been in the window. And I think they just got sick of me in the end, so they let me take it. So I've wrestled with it. I've got my sweat on. That's my cardio for the day. And so I'm going to get it home and I'm going to get it filmed. I'm going to show you guys it in all its glory so I can get it put away. I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, so here it is in all its glory. I've just managed to get it out of the car and it stands about 7 feet tall. Absolutely love this. I fell in love with it from the second I saw it in Games Window all them months ago when this game was being released. I have actually already got a similar Halo Master Chief Standee from an older game, but this one is so much bigger, the detail is so much more. I cannot wait to do this thing justice and get this displayed properly in the new games room. Delighted to have this in the collection. Even if I did get a lot of funny looks carrying it through a town centre, it was well worth it. And just to give you guys some sort of idea of size, there's the Lady D one. And yeah, it just dwarfs it, to be honest. So very, very happy with both of these. Okay, so that's all my new additions for the last few weeks, and that takes us to the giveaway. An amazing giveaway this time around, guys. Very excited to share this with you and that one of you viewers will be getting to own this. The only thing I'm going to have to say is this can only go to somebody in the UK because it does contain glass and it is quite large, so it's very expensive to ship to the America at the moment. But with it being glass as well and somewhat fragile, I don't want to risk it. So hopefully in my next pickups video I'll be able to do a giveaway which will be inclusive to all viewers. But for the moment this is going to have to go UK only. This is from a company that reached out to me called Xreart. Apologies if I'm saying that wrong. And shout out to them because there was great communication with them throughout and they've got some amazing stuff. The links of course will be below to their website. But this is an amazing piece. They asked me specifically which one I wanted and what colour. And I think I chose well for you guys, right? Here we go. The packaging's amazing as well. So hopefully it'll get to you guys in one piece. And that is a full inlay of a Gameboy Color. Of course I chose Retro Ghetto Green. But what a stunning piece to have an actual Gameboy Color broken down. All the pieces in here. I'm not a massive Game Boy collector, but I know a lot of you guys are. If you've got a great Game Boy Color collection and Game Boy's your thing, what a piece to own. Which is why I think it's better suited in another collector's collection as opposed to my own. So yeah, I'm going to be giving this away. If you want to be in with a chance of winning this fantastic prize, again, just make sure you subscribe, like, and just let me know why you want it. And I'll pick the best one because, as I say, I will be doing a random draw tomorrow for the last couple of competitions, but I'm just going to pick this one from the comment section myself. So let me know why you want this, and I'll pick from the comments as to whom I want it to go to on the next pickups video. So yeah, I'm going to stop looking at it because I might decide to keep it. Guys, I appreciate you sticking around. I've got some great things coming up in the next few weeks. It's probably going to take me weeks to tidy up this room. I have got big plans actually to make some big changes in this room. Obviously we've ended up being in here longer than planned, so I've got to make it more hospitable, so to speak, because I can't move at the moment. So I've got some big plans to do some changes here, which I might end up turning into a video, so be on the lookout for that one. But as always, play your games, keep it retro. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all real soon. Take care.
Retro Ghetto.